What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Breaking news here today, and it involves my Detroit Tigers. I can't believe I'm saying this. The Tigers have made a move, and a pretty hefty one, but when it comes to their standards, I would say. And the Tigers reportedly have agreed to a 5-year deal in the realm of $77 to $80 million with the left-handed pitcher Eduardo Rodríguez. And here's an article from MLB.com that elaborates a little bit more on this news story. It says, quote, "The Detroit Tigers have lit up baseball's hot stove season. Though maybe not in the area many expected, Detroit agreed to terms with former Red Sox left-handed starter Eduardo Rodríguez on a 5-year contract worth at least $77 million, a source told MLB.com here on Monday. Now, there are some opt-outs that are included in this deal. It says the deal includes an opt-out for Rodríguez after the second season, as well as incentives. But the club has not confirmed the deal. Yeah, it seems like it's real. I feel like it's real. I mean, from a Tigers perspective, the years and the money, again, I have mixed emotions on this deal. I really do. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm just saying it's surprising when it comes to the years and the amount of money they're giving this guy. I'm happy for the Tigers that they decided to pull up their big boy pants here and take a few shots out there in the free agent market and hit somebody, so to speak, which I'm glad that happened. I'm very happy, and I'm glad that the Tigers are actually going to spend money a little bit, and they're serious about quote unquote going for it, and they're not on the wayside here and trying to get a good deal in the midst of a rebuild. This seems like a deal that foreshadows them really going hard this offseason, trying to win now, not next year, not 5 years from now. Win now, next year, which that's the good part. But I honestly think it's a little much for this guy. I think the years are way too much. I think the money's a little bit high. Even if it's a 77, which is a low point that this deal is being reported as, I still think that's going over the deep end a little bit. And when it comes to Rodríguez, I think he's an okay pitcher. I don't think he's worth $80 million. Obviously, the Red Sox don't view him as an $80 million pitcher. Again, I'm taking the high end on this. And you would think the Red Sox, who have the money, more money than Detroit, if the Red Sox don't view him as an $80 million or at least $77 million pitcher, why should Detroit? And again, I feel like the Red Sox know what they're doing. And I think, the Tigers could have took a hint a little bit here. I mean, I know the qualifying offer is around, $14 million or something, but I just think the years and the money is a little bit high. And if you think about it, he's a lefty. I get it. Tigers need a lefty. We need pitching. We need veteran pitching. We need guys who, know what the hell they're doing out there on the mound and can get you through, 5-6 solid innings. We need that here in Detroit desperately. I get that. But the amount of money I feel like you're going to spend on Rodríguez, I felt like you could have spent on, Robbie Ray. Now, again, the reason why I say Robbie Ray, he's a Cy Young guy. He's probably going to win it. I know that, a great season. We've had him before, but stats-wise, they're kind of similar. Obviously, Ray has a better track record, especially this past season. But let's just look at the numbers here. All right, so first I want to show you Rodríguez's numbers for 2021. So this season, he was 13-8, a winning record, which is great. An ERA at 4.74. I don't know about that. 31 games started, 157 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up 19 long balls. He struck out 185. He's given up 9.8 hits per 9 innings and has struck out 10.6 per 9 innings. I mean, the ERA, I'm telling you, it's scary. The record's nice. I get it. I mean, I think people overlook records. Now, I mean, if the record and the ERA reflected each other well and there wasn't a huge discrepancy between the two, then I'd be okay with it. I mean, if he had an ERA at 3.30, I'd be okay with it, with a winning record. But again, the ERA is high and the record's good. The only reason why the record's good is because he's on a good team. He's on a team that scores some runs in the Red Sox. The Tigers don't do that. So you have to factor that in. And then, let's jump over to Robbie Ray's stats this season. Again, records very similar. Ray, 13-7. But look at the ERA, guys. 2.84. Led the league in ERA. He also led the league in innings pitched with 193 1/3. He can go out there and eat up some innings. He has 248 strikeouts. Led the league. And hits per 9 is 7, which is not bad. And strikeouts per 9 is 11.5. 11.5. It's a big difference. So, I guess if you're Detroit, could you afford a guy like Robbie Ray? Based off of what you gave Rodriguez, I would say yes, but the only way you could contradict my opinion on that and really get myself in a bind when I say that is because you could say, well, he's going to win the Cy Young being Ray. And again, that hasn't happened yet, but it could. And, maybe Ray's camp wants to wait until award season is over, see if he wins it. If he wins it, then the asking price skyrockets. And, maybe the Tigers did try to go out there and get Robbie Ray. Who knows? Maybe they did. Again, Ray and Rodriguez, I think, have a lot of similarities. Lefties, they had a good record. The ERA is different. The strikeout per 9 is different. I think for the Tigers, if they really want to spend money, I would rather see them give Robbie Ray the 5 years at $80 million, even give him $85 million, not just because he might win the Cy Young. Also, I just think he's durable. He's more durable. I think he's more of an innings eater, as you guys can see. He misses a lot more bats, but, we'll see how this plays out. I'm glad, again, that the Tigers went out there and spent some money. They're aggressive, but I just think the amount of money they spent on Rodriguez tells me that if they were willing to spend this much money on Rodriguez, why couldn't you go out there and spend that kind of money with that kind of years on a guy like Ray? I really don't see the difference between the two. Now, the last thing I want to mention when it comes to the Rodriguez contract is that it said in the report that they have a player option after the second year is through. Now, I think this is terrible when it comes to the Tigers' perspective as an organization. I think it was a terrible idea. I don't like it. I think it hurts them as an organization because let's say, for example, he's just not doing well. 2 years of this guy just was hell. You can't get rid of him. You can trade him, but who would want to trade for this guy with that kind of money left on the deal? And I take it the deal's back-ended, like most deals are. So you really can't trade him if he sucks. And you can't get out of the contract because it's up to him. There's no opt-out. There's a player option. And if he's doing bad, why would he leave? You know what I mean? Why would this guy leave? And, with the Tigers, I think you forego your leverage with this player option. I do not like player options because I think it gives more leverage to the player and it puts, the club in a bind. I think the club has a right, to do what they want. I really do. And with this player option in here, I think the Tigers forego all leverage they have. And I just hope that it works out good for the Tigers because if it doesn't, he's staying here for 5 years. And I don't think they can trade him, especially if it's on the back end. They're going to have to eat up this contract, just like all the other contracts they had to eat up in the past. That's all I got for today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. And as always, I'll catch you guys later.